Alright, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Welcome back to the stream, everyone on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, thanks for sticking around. We are doing one more flight for the night. Microsoft Flight Simulator World Tour Leg 131. Podgorica Airport in Golubovci, Montenegro. That's where we're at right now. Kind of a not much here for this airport. We got another plane flying around. And we'll be flying over to Barcelona El Prat Airport in El Prat de Llobregat, Catalonia, Spain, Barcelona. This flight's based on Ryanair 4910, flown using the Boeing 737-800. But I don't have a Boeing 737-800, so we'll be using the Airbus A320 with FlyByWire's amazing A32NX mod. the Ryanair livery created by Selçuk Dikaletas. I have to update that link because I feel like his is going to be just a little bit better than the one I had before. Alpha India Group's Traffic, and Bijan Habashi's 4-season pack. For the trees. Seasonal trees and all that. Alright. Let's get this plane set up and let's get going. This is a little bit longer flight. It's, what, 700, just under 800 miles. Got our Ryanair Cup. Go to our EFB from SimBrief. Alright. Go right here before I go too far. Oh, wait. It's not on yet. Never mind. Go to our operational field plan. We need 9427. Do those. 13 minutes to load that. So, field's going to take a while. Through here really quick. Their parking brake is set. Flaps and spoilers retracted. Engine master switch is off. Ignition normal. Let's see. Make sure our thrust is idle. Got the display brightnesses. Landing gear is down. Nose wheel steering anti-skid on. And the wipers are off. Go battery 1 and 2. External power on. Invisible external power because no real services at this airport, in the sim at least. Strobe to auto, crew oxygen supply on, ground control on, Deers nav 1, 2, 3, APU fire test, engine 2, engine 1. Alright. And do our seatbelt signs will stay off until we have all that fuel on board. No smoking auto, emergency exit lights armed, do an annunciator light test, good. Have logo light come on as well. Turn up the brightnesses on our ND and our MFD. Glare shield. I like to just have all the lights looking. We'll help the first officer out as well. One of these days I'm going to have to do a first officer flight. Try those again. Because we actually do have the FB over there now. Be a little bit more realistic. I don't think I should be sitting in the number 1 seat. Yeah. Alright. Checklist. My checklist is all out of order now. Here we go. Let's get our ATC clearance. I'm not using the in-game ATC. I will ask for clearance here just to see what they're doing. But I don't have the sound on, because otherwise with the Alpha India Group traffic, it just spams the system. So 7,000 feet is going to be our initial. Okay. 7,000 feet, takeoff runway 36, squawk 7546. Yeah, 7546. Hop into the flight computer, ATSU, start getting passengers on board, weights and balances. Send the request to SimBrief, 153 passengers, start them boarding. Actually, I'm going to change that. Right now they're on fast speed. I'm going to turn it down to real time. Let's see. Our Deers are IR shall line in 6 minutes. Alright, so we got those coming on. I also want to turn on Pack X, which is another passenger simulation program I like to use. Y2. Yeah. Well, start the flight. Career mode. Flight time I'm going to do about 240. That seems long to me. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. Cruise is not that low. We got a lot of steps, but I think our finals will be 39,000. Recording music, I think we have some Ryanair stuff. We do. I believe we have a safety brief for Ryanair as well. Since we do have that, we will turn off the recording music from the plane itself. Alright. So continuing on, let's get into that computer and get it set up. Our init page, go to the flight plan. Okay. Flight plan. Alternate is Lima. Foxtrot Bravo Oscar. Flight number 4910. Cost index 40. And cruise 390. Go to the flight plan page. Not too many points. We're going to take off runway 36. And take the SID Lasty 1 Delta. Insert that. To take us to Lasty. From Lasty, we're going to take the airway Whiskey. Down airways first. Whiskey 36. From there, we'll go to the VOR. Bravo Alpha Romeo. Oh. Okay, no, wrong things. Then we're going direct to next VOR, which is going to be Papa November Zulu. From there, direct to Pocal. And Malav. And Epicu. Ginox. Ginox, we're going to get on airway again. It's going to be Uniform Mike 601. An airway I feel like we've flown on quite a bit. That was very familiar. Same with Verso. Waypoint. Not sure why, because I haven't flown into Barcelona. Or past it, if I recall. Okay, Verso. And then we're going to do Rival Barcelona runway 2 Yankee ILS, runway 2 Yankee. We're going to take in Verso 1 November for our standard terminal approach. Big Bibbin with our transition. Yep. Insert, and there's our flight plan. It's complete. Good to go. Turn this, before I forget. UNH, go on a flight plan. Through point. Make sure everything makes sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on
break
items
there.
are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath.
Discontinuity. So clear that.
If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know.
Manual.
Happy to help you. If the overhead bin is full after you put your carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers
We don't want
to find their
manual.
seats as well. If You are seated in an emergency exit
Oh,
row.
why it's not letting me
Please
get
leave
rid of
the
it.
exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to perform the actions required. If you are not able
Clear.
or prefer not to perform
Manual.
these actions, please
There we
let a
go.
flight attendant
Clear.
know so you can be
Flight
reseated.
plan discontinuity.
Now's the time to
Okay.
get out any last-minute text messages if you need
So
to.
now,
We ask
we
that
do
once
have
you
a
depart
break
the
here. I'm
station,
not
put away
sure what's
any
going on.
laptops or tablets. Thank you and welcome aboard.
But once we get there, I might just delete one of these waypoints. That would fix it, maybe. Yeah, something wrong there. Oh, no, fixed it. There it goes. Okay, that's why you do that. You want to make sure everything's right. Okay, go to our radio nav page. Put away the flight plan, bring up Navigraph. I like to just look at my final approach chart and put in this information. VOR for Barcelona is 116.7. That, of course, is going to be 018 for our runway. You can see it's filling in some other stuff, because, but when we get to Barcelona, it will put in 108.75 for the ILS. Or we can put it in right now, and we'll have a mismatch. That's fine. It'll fill in automatically once we get over there. Flight plan back up, because we're going to go to in here to weights and balances, see how our passengers are doing. Alright, so it's taking a little longer than I thought it was going to take. See how the fuel is going. That's almost done. So I'm going to turn up the passenger speed fast. Back in here. See them all getting on. Start at the APU at this point. Alright, APU is spooling up. Passengers are just about all on board. Got our 0 fuel weight center gravity. Anything under 27 for our calculator is going to be forward. I'll show you that once we get there. Go to our NIT page 2.
We are ready to go when you are.
Get our fuel planning. Have a little bit more than that, 9.4. Fuel.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight.
This is what I wanted the flight plan
910,
for,
with
because we're going to look
service to
at
Barcelona.
the wind.
Our flight time will be roughly
It's average
2 hours
WC
and
minus
40
67, so that means
Now
we have a
that the cabin
headwind.
door is closed, please make sure
headwind.
that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut
HD
down and
7.
stowed. Please fasten your
It's going to be
seatbelt
blowing
and make
against
sure
us
that all
most of
tray
this trip.
tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked
Alright.
position for departure.
That's a NIT page. We're going to
Cabin crew,
performance.
departure, cross-check,
Here I'm
certified
going to put
staff,
in,
stand by for all calls.
pull up this calculator I just got. This came out. It's called SimSmart. About $6.50. One-time fee, and they're going to constantly be updating it. Put in your airport code, and what it does is it's going to tell you your runway information too. So stuff that on a different calculator I had to find all that information and do some math. I don't have to do that. See right there, it tells us our slope. It's uphill, 2,500 meters. You can automatically get the meta. Real life. This is based on kind of a real life actual program they use on the A320. In real life, you have to put the metadata in yourself. Here we do have an error because they can't find it automatically, so we will have to put it in ourselves. So I'm just going to look on the other screen. I have the metadata. And we have 1019 for our QNH. Oh, I guess I got the wind first. The wind is 323 knots. Outside air temperature is 4 degrees. Yeah, I know. Pick. Why is it? Man. Trying to pick. Alright, anti-ice is going to be off. Takeoff weight. Back to that init page 2. Takeoff weight 67.9. 67.9 tons. Forward, because our percentage, center of gravity percentage is below 27. So it's forward. Takeoff thrust would be flex. Conf is conf 1 plus F. Air conditioning, I believe. Calculate. And to give you an idea of how different this is actually, we put in flaps 1, trim to be about 1.5. Okay, if I were to just do this through the flight computer on the sim, that's what we're getting. But this calculator is telling us 139. And actually, a little bit faster. The V1 is where that's the final speed you can use, where you can still stop the plane before the end of the runway. Rotate is obviously we're going to rotate. You can see they're the same because we're light enough that our rotate's the same, but you can still actually stop the plane on the runway. Transition altitude is 10,000 feet. Thrust reduction 82 and 2. Engine out. Flex takeoff 61 degrees Celsius. Alright. So that is all in there. That's how you do that. Put away that calculator. Goodbye. That's a nice little nifty thing, and it actually works pretty well. It should be accurate. It's been developed by real, in conjunction with real Airbus pilots, so they know what they're talking about over there. Alright, cockpit doors closed. APU is started. Bleed. Get rid of the external power. And we are ready for pushback. Beacon light on. I'm going to open up. This is a perfect thing actually to use. Is pushback helper. I'm not using toolbar pushback helper or the toolbar pushback. I'm using pushback helper. And the great thing about pushback helper is that it always works. Even in a situation like this where we do not have the invisible tug. So, parking brake released. And let's reverse. Starting engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Welcome on board this Ryanair flight. May we have your attention while we point out some of the safety features on this Boeing 737-800 aircraft. Please remove headphones during this demonstration. There are 8 emergency exits, each marked with a red exit sign. 4 path markings along the cabin aisle will illuminate darkness and guide you to the nearest exit in an emergency. There are 4 main doors, 2 at the front of the cabin, 1 left and 1 right, and 2 at the rear of the cabin, 1 left and 1 right. There are 4 overwing exits in the center of the cabin, 2 left and 2 right. Please note the nearest exit to you, which may be behind you. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal end into the buckle. To secure, pull the loose end of the strap, and to open lift the buckle cover. In the event of a sudden loss of cabin pressure, individual oxygen masks will drop automatically from the panel above your head. If this happens, remain seated. Pull down firmly on the mask to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth.
Starting engine 1.
Normally. Don't worry if the bag does not inflate. Oxygen is flowing. To secure the mask, pull one end of the strap. Adults traveling with young children, please attend to your own mask first. Your life jacket is stowed in a pocket beneath your seat or in the panel above your head. In the unlikely event of
Oh, sorry guys, I had the chat hidden, so I didn't see your chat. Let's see, Maria, land of Ternagora used to be part of Yugoslavia. Okay. X-Lass Kiwi, I'm curious if the VNAV works, or if I have to descend manually this time. Yeah, I haven't tried the VNAV yet. I'm gonna have to look in how to do that on this plane. Sean just did Cat 3 landing in Bermuda, horrible weather there, and the alternate airport is Halifax. Halifax is the alternate? I mean, there's closer airports than Halifax, I would think. At X-Lass Kiwi, I think they have to be a bit further away due to close ones having similar weather. Yeah, but everything is far away from Bermuda. Where Bermuda is about 4 hours away from JFK, from Miami. Every airport is basically, you know, could be an alternate, I would think. Halifax is... They're being very careful with Halifax, I think. Alright. We got engine 1 and 2, so bleeds off. Runway turn-off lights on, taxi lights on. Hopefully that didn't blow out your eardrums. Let me know. Spoilers. Armed. Flaps. Takeoff position. Is the sun still rising for you in Lisbon? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, I assumed that was the local name. Cool, cool. What am I doing? Alright, transponders set. Probe windows heat, auto. There, auto. Spoilers, flaps, anti-ice, don't need it. Auto brake medium, no, max. Nose light, runway turn off lights, parking brake, weather radar, and predicted wind shear. We are ready to taxi. Hold on. Weird. Plane just wants to turn left. Okay. Why? Okay, how many times do I have to do this? See, my flight stick keeps losing its... There, see? Now it goes. Keep losing my Z-axis range. Makes it very hard to turn. We're gonna get on to... Taxiways keep changing names. Go along. Right now it's gonna be Taxiway Juliet. Get on the taxiway. John Delaney's dishes won't wash themselves. Be right back. Alright. Yeah, we have a dishwasher right now. Which I still find strange. Yeah, we're gonna be taking off. I think the flight's supposed to take off at 2:30, and we're taking off about 2:45. What the? Wow. There is... I don't know what it is. I don't know if it, like, I get jammed up. What just happened there? Why the... Not sure what happened there. That seems to happen all the time. I let go of the tiller, and it locks onto one direction, something. The plane shouldn't just pull hard to the left like that. Guess what happens? Maybe I click off of take my focus off of Flight Simulator, and it's turned slightly, and I just wipe the plane out. Alright, so we are Ryanair Flight 4910 from Podgorica Airport to Barcelona El Prat Airport. Should be hoping about a 2-hour flight, I'm hoping. Seems like these streams are starting later, and I need to push my start time a little bit earlier. Because I'm going much later than I want to stream. Unless you guys are cool with it. There it goes again. See that? Why does it decide to pull like that? Oh my goodness. It's fine going straight, and then it just eventually hits a bump or something and wants to go sideways. I'm not holding the stick right now. Maybe it gets to a certain speed and does that? I don't know. Really weird. There it goes. Yeah, now it wants to pull to the left. A long, lonely taxiway. And we're getting in the grass. That's just embarrassing. Embarrassing. I'm terrible at taxiing. Doesn't help that the plane is constantly doing the opposite of what I want it to, where I want it to go. Right, I forget how to phrase it. The Podgorica Tower, Ryanair 4910, ready for IFR departure, runway 36. Ryanair 4910, QNH 30.09, wind 325 at 5, clear for takeoff runway 36. Clear for takeoff runway 36, Ryanair 4910. That's silly. Talking to myself now. Alright, here we go. Let's get our lights, ETC, PCAS, seatbelt signs on. Another hard landing. That's not good. Hopefully you had a good approach. Maybe you gotta be careful because you need to maintain your speed. Enough speed. Because if you lose speed too quickly, you just drop out, and that's where you get that hard landing. Stabilize at 40% on the N1 down here. Release and flex takeoff. Rudder pedals seem very sensitive now. V1, rotate. Alright, thrust lever to climb. Set the autopilot. Turn off the ground lights. XS Kiwi, how hard was the landing? Do you have a reading? Like feet per minute? Feet per minute? Feet per minute. Right. Flaps. Clear the flaps. Podgorica doesn't look too bad from up here. That's all auto-gen buildings. But it does lose a lot of its character. So I'm hoping... at least it'd be nice to see it right now, but before I'm going to have to learn how to do it myself. There is a way to do it where you can grab your photogrammetry from Google. Hopefully Google has photogrammetry for Podgorica. I can introduce it for people. Hopefully I'll be able to do that, and then I'll do a VFR flight over the area. But again, it looks a lot better than you'd see an X-plane or, you know, prepared 3D. 525 or 523 feet per minute. Yeah, that's not a good landing. A hard one. Okay, we're at 200 knots. Need to be about 2,700 feet. Actually, probably keep out the flaps. They've got some, let's see, we got rain or something. Alright, now the plane is going to go up to 250 knots. We're headed towards, let's see, that is Lake Skadar. We'll head out there, and then we're going to make a turn and head out over the Adriatic and the Mediterranean. Are you flying from... Are you going to go Lisbon to Brussels and then Brussels to Tenerife? Or... Sounds like some fun flights. Cool. Awesome. Alright, we're at 7,000 feet now. We got quite a few steps in this flight plan today. Top of climb is going to be the end of our... Yeah, the end of our SID is going to be 20,000 feet. So we're going to climb to 20,000. And that's going to be our initial altitude. We're going to stay on that until we get to Pepco. Once we get to Pinnock, we're going to start climbing. I think we're going to climb up to 200, flight level 290. Then once we, I think once we get into Rome airspace, we're going to climb to 390. little bit of step climbing today on this flight. Lovely weather. Didn't have this many clouds when we came in. We did have clouds, but it was also evening and beautiful sunset. Now it's midday and clouds just kind of blocking our view. "10,000 feet, landing lights off."
We are now passing through 10,000 feet.
And
You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened.
stand pressure.
And do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory. This aircraft includes onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required to
seatbelt signs
use
off.
small keys if you wish to access it. We do offer complimentary in-flight communication to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live streams and big movie library. Flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. We now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you use unexpected.
Alright, so we're going to be 20,000 until we get to Pinnock, and then once we get to Pinnock, we'll climb to 29,000 feet. Climbing good rate right now. Just over into the Adriatic now. Alright, so that VOR Bravo Alpha Romeo, that's Bari, or Bari, Italy. And we're going to pass by, on the other side, we're going to pass by Naples. Be off to our left. Should be off to our left as we pass over. We're going to go over Sardinia, northern part of Sardinia. And then we'll be into direct Barcelona. Alright, XS Kiwi, hope to see you tomorrow for the flight. A couple flights tomorrow. Yeah, well, I think my best landing in the last few months has been a Ryanair landing, where it was, I think I was like 180 or something. So it was really complete opposite of what you'd expect from a Ryanair landing. Alright, now Creepy Kirk, who is, you know, the first person to subscribe to my Twitch stream. I believe he's still streaming right now. He's doing the, he's flying the Boeing 247 that just came out from, I think Wing 47, Wing 42, that's what they're called, Wing 42. The Boeing 247D, it's a all-metal plane from the, let's see, probably the 1930s, I want to say. You actually have to fly by radio signal, the Morse code and everything. He's doing the called tutorial flights on how to do that flying on the beam. I think it's between Teterboro and Cleveland. Kind of wanted to jump in and join him on that, but I'm debating if I want to get that plane or not. It's $20, and listening to a couple of guys from the little streaming network that we're trying to get going here. We're called Fearless Gaming Community, at least that's what it's called right now. We all do some flight simming, and we got Fearless Gaming US. He's also streaming. I think him and they're both flying together in the Boeing, and yeah, they kind of they're kind of talking about. I was like, okay, well, you know, it's almost making a statement. Get this plane because, you know, it's $20, and like I know another guy said, it's like, what would it be like if this was the PMDG? PMDG had developed this plane, how good would it be? And he's like, yeah, PMDG's version would probably be 80% as good. So here you're getting something that is really good quality, $20. The guy even talked about it. He's like, he could have charged $90 for it, but then very few people would have been able to experience his plane. And so he sold it for $20, and more people are going to be able to fly it and learn history and have a cool experience with this old school plane. All right, we're going to climb to flight level 290. So that might be a plane. I might pick that up tonight after the stream, and maybe tomorrow, maybe I'll fly that plane on stream tomorrow. That might be what we do. Depends on how much time I can get familiar with it. Because if I can't even get the plane started and off the ground, I don't want to do it during the stream and just kind of flail around on the ground, not knowing what I'm doing. But yeah, it's $20, and from the other guys in the group that I fly with and play some Hell Let Loose with, we're trying to set up our little streaming community. They do a lot more flying together. Unique at New York, Fearless Gaming, Creepy Kirk, they've been doing a lot more flying together. I'm kind of a loner right now. I'm not set up yet. I always seem to miss out on it, but hopefully we'll be able to do some group flights with them and hook you guys up on the stream watching, doing that. Especially if I get that Boeing 247. You guys keep asking me to fly the Boeing, well, we'll get the Boeing 247, and there you go. Low-level flying will probably be, maybe we'll cruise at like 9,000 feet, but I think that'll be a cool way to see the United States if you do it in that. And he's trying to convince me to buy it. It's only $20, but it's still $20. And if it isn't, if I don't fly it and make that worth it to myself. But it looks like a plane that, a really good plane, so. Alright, we're climbing up to flight level 290. We're getting a little bit of frame rate hit because of the kind of the mist over the Adriatic Sea here. We're going to be at flight level 290 until we get to between Barry and Ponza, those waypoints. So VOR, Bravo Alpha Romeo, and Ponza, which is Papa November Zulu. Those two VORs. Basically, I'm assuming are both ends of the country of Italy. Yeah. Basically over Italy, we're going to climb from 29,000 to 39,000. Thanks for the follow, Cyber Junkie. Cyber Junkie's Ryan, right? Thanks for the follow. I'm just flying over the Adriatic Sea right now. How's it going? How's life been treating you lately in the past? It's been quite a while. Yeah, me and Cyber Junkie used to... Well, I don't know if I really... I raced against him. I don't know if I competed with him much. Back in iRacing. Yeah, same here. I work. I've been working. Let's see. Make sure my audio. Yeah. Yeah, I've been working 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift at Miller Brewery in Milwaukee, doing a yard horse spotting. So that's why, basically, I stream like 7:30 to midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. But then, I mean, I could stream all night, but everyone else is trying to sleep in the house. Yep, 6 p.m., 6 a.m. I don't mind it. I mean, kind of everything's kind of on your nights off. Everyone else is sleeping. You can kind of just game all you want or whatever. It flips my times, just flips my whole body clock back to what I did in China. Problem was, in China, I was set up with the sun versus here where you're fighting that natural little thing there. All right, we need to actually start. Oh no! Once we get to Bravo Alpha Romeo, I'll start climbing flight level 390. Yeah, so I was good for the first month I did it, and then it kind of hit me. Last week was actually pretty good again. I was able to not get completely knocked out. Like, there was a couple weeks there where all 3 hours in, or at some point in the night, I just slam into the wall, energy-wise, and like I wouldn't be able to even walk. I was like standing, falling asleep. It wasn't really a good thing. This past week was a little bit better. Got getting back on track, I think. I'm looking forward to the weather getting a little nicer. Getting tired of the freezing rain. We're over the Adriatic Sea right now, about 3/4 of the way to kind of the heel of the Italian boot. We're going to be making our turn right now, headed to Bari, right on the coast of Italy, across, and Naples will be just south of us on the other side of the peninsula, on the other side of Italy. If we get to Bari, we'll start climbing 39,000 feet. Yeah, we had a little snow. Yeah, not this weekend, but probably what, Tuesday? Or it might have been last weekend. There was a little bit of, we got a few inches of snow down here, even in Milwaukee. Like, I was coming home and it was starting to pick up, and then as I was going to bed, you know, probably 7 in the morning, it was just coming down big chunks. We had a little bit the other day. Even yesterday we got a little bit of snow. Didn't stick at all as much. And remember, drinks are available for. See, this is a Ryanair flight. We need to get like the Ryanair announcements, because everything on Ryanair costs something. But the plane ticket, look how much. See how much this flight would cost. Alright, let's see. Alright, I can see Italy. There we go, there's Italy. Camera's all wonky now. There's Barry right below us. Alright, climb up to 39,000 feet. Of course, the flight attendants are serving snacks and drinks. But that's how it goes. Alright, let me find, I'm trying to find this, trying to find, let's see, Ryanair 4910, like, I don't know, do that. Alright, I'm looking up flight prices here. We're on Ryanair. Why didn't we do these? We could done like Austrian Air or Air Serbia or Lufthansa. Instead I did Ryanair. Alright, there's the raid. Creepy Kirk, thanks for the raid. I'm looking up flight prices right now for this flight because we're on Ryanair. I'm not seeing any one way. Trying. Why am I doing this flight in Ryanair when it's Austrian and Air Serbia and Lufthansa all do this flight? For some reason I'm in a Ryanair livery right now. Yeah, we're over Italy. Unfortunately, we have cloud cover the whole way. We're climbing to 39,000 feet. And I know Creepy Kirk and the rest of them, they just finished flying the Boeing 247D from Teterboro to Cleveland. And Creepy Kirk's going to be doing, at some point, and hopefully I can get in on this, plan this out a little bit in advance, because I'd like to, once our virtual airline Walker Air Transport has a livery for the Boeing 247, do the little air mail, whatever it's called, US mail route across the United States. And that should be fun. I think that whole flight though, I'm looking, it looks like each leg's about half an hour, but that's half an hour probably in a Boeing 767 or an Airbus at least. Probably in the Boeing 247 is going to take probably a couple hours each of those legs. That'd be a long one. I don't know if that'd be we'll have to do that on a day where we can do an epic marathon stream or what the plan is. But we're directly over southern Italy right now. Crossing the bottom of the boot, just above the toe and heel. We're gonna have, I don't think we'll be able to see it, but we're gonna have Naples on our left once we get to the other side of the peninsula of Italy, the boot. Flying Ryanair. Looking for, let's go on Ryanair.com, I guess, and look up a flight. Because Ryanair flights usually, I mean, their model, that they're the biggest airline in Europe because their model is basically all their flights are about $40. You get a one-way ticket for $40 almost anywhere in Europe. Yeah, so then we're doing the stops. If we do 15 hours plus, we'll be doing the stops. I mean, that'd be like a 24-hour stream right there. I don't know, Creepy. I'm going back and forth on getting that, but maybe I'll have to just drop it. I'll have to just buy it tonight, download it, get it figured out tonight, or figured out tomorrow night. That's the problem. If I play hell let loose after the stream, I won't be trying that plane out, but at some point. Oh yeah, definitely. No, I'm just saying that'd be an epic stream if we did them all at once. And I don't think the wives would be happy. And Ryanair's website is, I don't want, leave me alone. No. No good. Alright, so I'm looking up this flight. How much does this flight cost? Podgorica to Barcelona. Choose the date. Alright, let's do the 7th. Turn. I want to do one way. Hey, Enzo. She'd be like, at least he's not bothering me. Yeah. Well, the problem is, yeah, my wife would care because she'd be like, why aren't you helping me with the baby? Plus, it's also just kind of awkward with the rest of everyone in the house trying to sleep. I mean, that's why I stream. I end up stopping streaming about midnight. I hope that we can get this done before 1 o'clock in the morning. Alright, so a Ryanair flight from Podgorica to Barcelona, and the flight number is 4910. The exact flight we're doing right now, $20.80. $20.80 to take this flight from Podgorica, Montenegro to Barcelona, Spain. $20. I've never paid $20 for a flight. I think the cheapest flight I've ever paid for probably was to New York. Was probably the cheapest, but most of my flights that I ever paid for was probably $600, $700 one way. Of course, I'm flying to China, but $20.80 for a flight Podgorica. Yeah, they charge you for everything else. They charge you for... And that's, I was kind of mentioning that. I kind of want to look that up because the Pack X was serving snacks and drinks, and it was like, oh, you have to pay for, if you want to get a premium alcoholic drink or whatever, you have to pay. And I'm like, no, you got to pay for everything on this flight. This is Ryanair. You're paying for everything. You're paying for the magazine. You're paying to turn on the entertainment. Let's see. All right, fees. All right, so here we go. I'm going to look at the fees. Should I put that on? Put it up on the screen. Nah, we'll put it. Alright, let's see. Alright, extra legroom seats. So if you do it at the time of booking, or if you do it at the airport, it's the same price. That's nice. 14 to 28 euro if you want extra legroom. Front seats, you pay an extra 7 to 17 euro. Standard seats. Standard seats, you pay 3 to 13 euro. So what are you getting for the 20? Those aren't standard seats? That's how they get you. Right, mandatory family seat. So if you're traveling with a child under 12, excluding infants, you have to buy a reserved seat and sit next to them. And so then they charge you an extra 4 to 6 euro. Standing room. That's how it was in China. China, you could buy standing room tickets on not the planes, obviously, but trains. Buses are always standing room. I mean, they pack as many people as you can get into the subway trains and the buses. But like even ticketed trains, like the high-speed train between Hangzhou and Shanghai that we would take, or if you have even the slower trains, which are still faster than most American trains. Like over the big holidays, like New Year's and Chinese New Year's and their national holiday in October, first week of October. That's when everyone goes home. That's when basically you go home to visit your relatives. Have basically kind of like a Thanksgiving dinner almost, right? And so everyone's going, and so it's all standing room because all the tickets and then all the seats are taken, all the sleeper cars are booked. And then they start selling standing room tickets. And I had a coworker, she had standing room tickets for her entire trip, and it was like a 24-hour train trip to get to her hometown. Standing room, and you're packed in there probably like sardines too. So, all right, let's see. Boarding card reissue fee. So if you lose your boarding card, because at the time of booking it's not applicable, so if you lose your boarding card you have to pay another 20 euro. Airport check-in fee. Well, I guess if you're... I don't know what that means. But you check in. That's weird. Like you check into the airport, you have to pay €55. I guess or maybe if you check into your flight, because I guess you can check in at the same time as booking. That's kind of weird. Ryanair, infant fee. There you go. So you can pay pay €20 for this flight, but it's really going to be 45 if it's a baby. Like how babies have to pay an extra 25. Man. So that must be, yeah, you must have to pay that. I like how it's like €25 infant fee per infant per one-way flight, must be under 2 years for both outbound and return flight. So it's like you must be under a certain age, as if that's like a bonus. Oh, I'm under my baby's under 2 years old, I only have to pay this fee. Like, so what are you getting out of if that's the infant fee? They act as if it's like, you must be less than 2. Oh, man. Oh, okay, so you have flown Ryanair. Have you flown Ryanair? The seats don't look comfortable. It doesn't look like a comfortable plane. It looks like a city bus, the way it looks to me. I've seen the pictures. City bus seats aren't that. At least not in our city. Not a lot of people on the bus either, so got a lot of room. Alright, infant child equipment, €15 if you get it, if you book it at time of booking, €20 if you do it at the airport. Bike? Oh, if you're bringing a bike, I guess. That makes, now some of these fees make sense. I mean, you're going to pay this on any airline, you would pay like that extra, for an extra piece of luggage or whatever. Large sports item, sports equipment, ski equipment, golf clubs, musical instrument. Flight change fee. Name change fee. Ooh. If you need to change your name on the flight, €160. So you bought that €20 ticket, but now you want to change who's going to use that ticket. You might as well just buy a different ticket, I would think, right? Unless you did the whole process and you're already sunk €300 into this €20 flight. British Airways just happened to cross this couple at the airport and they needed help, so I did a Good Samaritan thing. But were they flying Ryanair? Government tax refund administration, €20. Booking fee, €50 if you do it at the airport. If you make a reservation at the airport. Therapeutic oxygen reservation, missed departure fee. Alright, so you get to bring a small bag. If you want to bring priority and 2 cabin bags, you have to pay, well, probably €30. But I think sometimes we give like these airlines that charge you a fee for everything, they get a bad rap. But at the same time, I think if you figure it out, I guess it depends. You have to figure it out. It's like, okay, is it worth it? Like, okay, I'm paying 20 for the base ticket, but then I'm going to bring this bag. It's going to cost me in the end 100. You know, is that cheaper than another flight? Is it the same? If it's the same, then maybe you just go on the other flight. If it's less, maybe you go, okay, maybe I'll go on Ryanair. But what's cool about it is like, well, maybe you're someone who doesn't need to bring a bag. Maybe you just want to fly. Maybe you just want to. You only need a small bag for whatever you're doing. Then you have that option, right? As opposed to going paying $100 for a ticket, and that person gets to take, 5 huge bags, and you're just taking this tiny bag. Why do we pay the same price, right? Something can be said for nickel and diming, I suppose. There's your base price, $20 for this flight. All right, we're at 39,000 feet. Going Mach point 786. Next waypoint is Papa November Zulu. We'll be a little bit out into the Mediterranean. Just off the coast of Italy, in between Italy and Sardinia. It's gonna be the island of Panza. That's where that Papa November Zulu VOR is. Coming up on Naples. Well, look out your windows to the left. You'll be able to see some clouds over Naples. Back in here. I don't know if you asked me before, but eventually I'll probably get on VATSIM. I mean, there's really no reason for me to jump on VATSIM right now because there's no coverage between. There's literally no coverage in Europe right now. Or maybe in the United States once we get over there, because I'll be on the same time zone, I suppose. If flying in the evening, there'll be more activity. Plus, hopefully, the controllers speak better English. I always, whenever I do VATSIM, especially flying where I'm flying, like the first time I ever did it, like I had it on, and there was no coverage. I was flying to Nairobi, Kenya, and there was no coverage. And then as I'm coming in, I was descending into Nairobi. I wasn't on a final approach or anything yet, but that's when Nairobi coverage came on, and it was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But it was really a crash course in doing VATSIM, trying to parse what the guy was trying to say because he had a thick, you know, Kenyan English accent. But it was pretty cool. I mean, and then obviously I did that Zurich, the Berlin to Zurich flight VATSIM event, and that was just too much going on. I don't think I'll ever jump and do an event because events are, while they're cool to have that there's coverage and everything, the event, when you have an event going on, it's everyone is get all these holds and stuff. Yeah, you can use text also, but that kind of takes away the point, I think. But yeah, it's helpful. I do know when I had some issues understanding. The guy did send me a text, you know, what he was saying, and that helped. But I'm terrible at listening and all that stuff. I still don't think I'm good at all the different procedures and everything that they ask you to do. Plus, I need to be able to step away or at moment's notice, or you know, just, and again, I suppose I could just turn off VATSIM at that point and say, hey, okay, I'm gonna just end this flight and land, which is what I did on that Zurich flight during that event. It was like, the guy was like, it's gonna be like a 3-hour wait time to get landed. I'm like, I don't have 3 hours. I can just sit here flying around in circles waiting. So. Now, did they? I'm wondering, Creepy. Did they have a? They have air traffic control back with the Boeing 247. Like, how did they do that? I wonder. Did they still do it? I mean, you have radios, so you still suppose. But. Yeah. I'm just wondering historically. Wonder if VATSIM would, if they'd like that, have all these Boeing 247s. When you set the squawk on the clipboard. So it's... That's what I'm wondering, is that like kind of a concession to, you know, add something if you're going to be on VATSIM, or is that like a real life thing? Because obviously you wouldn't put your squawk on a clipboard. That doesn't mean anything. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming they must still be able to do some air traffic control. Well, it's funny just watching, you know, even just going back to the 70s and, you know, or the 80s, watching a movie like Airplane, which obviously Airplane is a parody of, you know, so does that, but the way, you know, the way air traffic control and radios were done back then and all the stuff, how different it is now. Yep, that's mostly what I fly, Dick Shout. I fly the A320. If I fly whatever like I've expanded, I've opened my wallet a little bit more with Microsoft Flight Simulator. I did buy the Aerosoft CRJ. Like I never bought another plane. I never bought a plane for X-Plane. I flew exclusively the Boeing 737-800, the Zibo mod, which is basically the equivalent concept as what FlyByWire is doing with his A320. And really, I don't need to fly a different plane. I don't really need the CRJ. I could just fly all the time with this and that'd be enough. Creepy Kirk is laying on the pressure for me to get that the Boeing 247, and it looked really cool. And when I had him play the Morse code and I wanted to hear the flying on the beam, I'm like, oh man, I really want to do that. Because it's kind of the same, I mean, it's a different concept. I mean, it's kind of like flying the Cessna 152 and just flying the VOR, the radio, with the VOR signal or whatever. Like when I figured out how to do that or was playing with that, it was really cool to do that. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I might, yeah, I think you're convincing me. And I was kind of waffling. I was like, when I saw you had your flight plan, you were going to do that, I'm like, ooh, should I just scrap my plans for tonight, get the Boeing? I'm thinking, I think I was looking at it, it was already like 7 o'clock. And I was already, I'm sure it would have taken me who knows how long to download it and get everything right. So like I said, I might get it tonight. Get it installed and play with it tomorrow afternoon before the stream. Maybe even fly it during the stream instead of doing the world tour flight. We'll see. See how comfortable I get with it, if I can get it started even. Because yeah, it definitely is it's definitely a different experience. I mean, as all planes are. Obviously, if you're flying a modern plane, most of them are going to be similar experiences. The CRJ is quite a different beast than the A320, but you know, A320 versus the 780s, you know, the 737 or even the 787 or the 747, they're all kind of a similar concept. Whereas, you know, going to a retro plane or, you know, what is RTFM? What is RTFM? I'll read the flight manual. Well, how much is I mean, the CRJ manual too. I mean, that thing is insanely detailed. Like, to the point where it's like, do I need to know all this? Do I need to know all this to get from point A to point B? But I suppose the thickness, the detail, you can kind of tell the quality. I think you can tell the quality of the payware aircraft based on the size of the manual. I think the level of detail of the manual. That's a good starting point. It's like the CRJ, pretty good plane. What was it, $40–50? So I think you know, compared to what you guys have been saying about the Boeing 247, probably, you know, in comparison, the prices he's selling for $20 there. The CRJ I think is a little bit overpriced in that situation, but where, you know, in the actual marketplace, that's right where it should be, probably, you know, based on what these people are charging. I very much doubt there's a manual for the Bredock 737 or for the Captain Sim 777. You know, probably maybe 1 or 2 PDF pages saying, okay, here's how you install it. You fold this folder and you put it in the community folder. Ta-da! That's kind of a close, yeah, not that. We haven't run into anybody yet, or can't believe we overtook someone yesterday in the CRJ. We overtook like an A320 or a Boeing. I'm not sure Captain Sim knows how to spell. I know, people always are asking me, like, should I get the 777, or should I get the, you know, or they tell me they got the Boeing 737, and I'm like, don't ask me my opinion. It's your money. If you want to spend $20 on that, I mean, again, in the scheme of the market, you know, those kind of planes, I think I've seen people say, it's like, well, you're paying $20, that's what you would get for $20. And like you were saying on your stream, you know, the Boeing, you know, get the 247. If everyone gets the 247 and pays $20 for it and get such a quality piece of work for $20, you know, it show that, hey, that's where, you know, you can get good quality at $20. You can get good quality, really good quality, for free. And that's where I always go back to. It's like, okay, I'm flying the FlyByWire A32NX. These guys have put more effort, more work, more detail into this plane, and have not charged a dime for it. And here you have Captain Sim, or I think Virtual, they have a couple of Embraers, which are basically just ports over from FSX, and then I think they use the A320 FMS and all that other stuff. It's just, again, a Frankenstein plane. Oh, but it looks like an Embraer. Okay. Again, if you have that, if someone would post that on flightsim.to for free, I'll download it, I'll fly it if it doesn't crash the sim. Like, I'll fly, there's gonna be a flight coming up, I'm gonna fly the ATR-72, hopefully. But the cockpit is a Beechcraft. It's not an ATR-72 cockpit. Alright, but it's kind of fun to just fly something different. It's a Frankenstein plane, it's not the actual thing, but I had someone in here ask me earlier, it's like, convince me not to buy the MD-11, the Rotate MD-11 for X-Plane. I'm like, I don't know, I'm not paying attention, I'm not on X-Plane anymore, and from what I've seen, there's been some issues with the MD-11, but I don't know if those are just issues. There's always going to be glitches sometimes on release. The issue is if you pay 40, 50, 20, whatever you pay for the plane, and then they don't do anything. What's this? CTP? You see, keep using these things. I don't know all these things. CTP. Crossbot. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I know, but I think he had some issues with it when it first came out. Like, it's been a week or two now. So that's what I was saying. It's like, I said to the guys, like, I don't know. If you want to get the MD-11, get the MD-11. Go watch. Like, I think with any plane, go check out it. Check it out in action, and go to people that you trust as people who fly the planes and know their planes and stuff. Like 757 Spy. If I'm looking at a plane, you know, if I was an X-plane, because he's more an X-plane right now. But even Microsoft Flight Simulator, if 757 Spy is flying it, or Bliggery is flying it, or whoever it is it's someone I know takes their simming seriously, and is not going to just drop $15 on Captain Sim and be like, yeah, this is perfect. Hey, Planet Neutral, thanks for the raid. Awesome. Yeah, we're just chatting over here. Oh man, I need to do a Duolingo lesson quickly. Just to keep the streak going. I'm not gonna really learn anything. Alright, so we just passed Papa November Zulu. We're in the Tyrrhenian Sea. I don't know how to say that right. Basically between Italy and Sardinia right now. En route to Barcelona. Hey, the Morning Falcon raid. Thank you. Gold Public, welcome. And Planet Neutral, thanks for the raid. Yeah, we're headed. This is World Tour Flight 131. We're in the Airbus A320. FlyByWire A32NX mod. Ryanair, right there. Ryanair, get an outside shot. The camera's tipped over. Ryanair. Probably 3:30 in the afternoon, I'm assuming. Got a thick layer of clouds. We're at flight level 390. We're headed from Podgorica. I can't say words. Podgorica, Montenegro to Barcelona, Spain on Ryanair. Real life, you can purchase the tickets on this real life flight for $20.80. That is not a paid advertisement, and additional fees apply, as it is Ryanair, and they will nickel and dime you on everything. But for the base, you could get on this plane and take a small bag, and I think you can do it for $20.80. That's all you need to bring with you to Barcelona and back. Yep, this is leg 131. I mean, it's technically probably 133, I think, because we had a diversion once, but I think I'm numbering it by the episodes, and each episode's basically one leg. But sometimes I think I had one where there were technically 2 legs because we had to do a emergency landing in Turkey for some reason. Yep, I have no experience with Ryanair, so I don't know if it's like I was just talking with Creepy Kirk. We were talking about planes. Creepy Kirk just finished doing the tutorial on how to navigate with the radio and the Morse code on the Boeing 247D that just came out from Wings 42. And he is trying to convince me to buy it as well. It's $20, so only reason I haven't already bought it is because I'm thinking, well, am I going to buy this? Is it going to be something that just sits on the shelf and I'm not going to fly a lot? But if you go with the, I don't know where, I think it was on like Funhouse, the YouTube on Funhouse. There was, I think, Jacob on there, I forget the guy's name. But his whole philosophy was, for every $1 you pay for a game, you should get $1 or an hour of play time out of it. So if I buy this, I think I can get 20 hours flying in that plane. So, but then I fight myself and say, well, yeah, but do I need that 20 hours of flying in that plane? He's Creepy Kirk has been selling it to me. We're kind of talking about the economy, the economics of all the planes that are coming out for these simulators, and how, you know, PMDG can charge $100 for a plane because they know people are going to pay for it. And then you have people like Captain Sim going out there and charging $20, $30 for yeah, exactly. You know, paying 20 or 30 bucks for the you know, for the 777, which is just a Frankenstein plane. It's not actually a great it's not worth $30 at all, especially when you compare it to the Boeing 7 or the Boeing 247, which you asked, who did you ask, Creepy, if it was, you know, if PMDG was making that same plane, what would be the quality? And they said it was like 80%. PMDG, it would be 80% of this plane. So I think that's pretty high praise, because PMDG is kind of the gold standard for pay-wear planes for simulators. And for the Boeing 247 to be, well, yeah, Unique said that. And well, that was high praise. When I heard that, I was like, okay. Sounds like this plane looks like, you know, it sounds like it does what it's supposed to be doing. Like I asked you the other day when I was watching, you had the, you know, I've seen all the stuff shaking. Like even the cabinets and stuff were kind of, stuff was shaking because of the vibrations of the engine and all that in the air. And that was really cool to see that attention to detail. I think what really sold me, I think it's convinced me, is you were listening to the radio stations along the way and you can tune to those. And I'm assuming those radio stations and the music that's playing has to be included in the package, right? Because you're not tuning to real life radio stations that are playing now. Well, because the music is all from the 1920s, 1930s, whatever recorded music was around then. Would there be much? Well, yeah, there was radio. That's crazy. I mean, right there, again, $20, and they're including radio stations that you can tune into for music. Not just the tune for the beam, to fly the beam to get the radio signal, the Morse signal to you know, keep your course. But you also have additional music you can tune into radio stations if you're flying across the country and hear music that'd be playing from that time in U.S. history. So that's really cool. And again, $20 for that. So I do think I'm going to be picking that up. But Planet Neutral made his first plane purchase today. What did you purchase? Which plane did you get? I hope it's a good one. I don't want to have to shake my head. I'll try not to shake my head. I'm not going to judge. It's up to you how you want to purchase. Kodiak. Okay, I haven't heard much about the Kodiak. I think B Mint on Twitch, she's been flying when that first came out. She at least bought, I don't know which Kodiak he bought, if there's a number of them out. I'm not up on OY planes. Okay, cool. Well, sounds like a good purchase. Yeah, I might be buying the Twin Otter. Yep. The Twatter. I want to say Twatter. Yeah, I was looking at that, Creepy, because there's a number. Once we get over the Caribbean on this world tour, I'm going to want a smaller plane. Now, number of the flights are actually Cessna 208s, the Caravan, so that'll be good. Like the St. Barth's commuter. But there are a few flights that actually do call for the Twin Otter. So maybe by the time we get over the Caribbean, I'll get the Twin Otter. I'll get hopefully it'll be an ATR, whether it's a 42 or a 72 will be out. We'll use that. Hopefully we'll get some good liveries for it too. Okay, so the 208 is my staple, and everyone told me the Kodiak was the logical upgrade. Okay. I'll try. For me, it's like I'm not like looking like I need to get this plane, or otherwise I'm gonna not be complete. But yeah, there are a lot of gaps, especially when I'm doing this world tour. It's like the kind of planes that are flown on this. It's like, okay, a lot of the flights I'm flying are flown in the Airbus A320, or it's flown in an A319 or a 321. And I see people all the time saying, it's like, we need to get an A321. Like, do we really need an A321? Do we really need an A321? I mean, cool if you have it. Cool if there's a package where you could buy for $50 an A321, an A319, an A318, all the different variations. But do I really need to pay $50 to $100 for an A321 when I have an A320? What's the difference between an A321 and an A320? Is it that much of a difference? For me, it's like I want to get a Boeing. I want to get a Boeing, you know, a Boeing 777 would be great, or a 767, or a, you know, or the 737, right? Because that's a whole different plane than the A320. That's what I'd be looking for. We are just cruising here. Got a nice long flight. How much time do we have left? Over an hour. Oh. Wow. Wasn't planning on that. Yeah, I'm kicking myself for trying to use the experimental version I should have just stuck with the developmental version of the A32NX, done the stream, gotten the stream started at 7:30. I don't want to be streaming until 1 o'clock. I don't want to do it. Yeah, so we're gonna looking at that Boeing. Creepy Kirk was doing the Boeing 247. It is a 247. That makes sense actually. Okay. It's a 747, yeah. Now that I realize it's a 47, it's like, oh, okay, it's the same. It's like, yeah, it's a 747, so you have the 247. Alright, planet neutral. Yeah, it's also a Sunday night, so everyone's gonna be going to sleep for the most part. Oh well. I don't need to sleep. It's my night off, and I work overnight shift, so I have to stay up. Problem is, everyone else in the house is sleeping, and they need to go to work tomorrow, and that's where I get a little nervous. So maybe we'll try to go a little bit radio silent here for a while, and maybe talk a little bit once we get to landing. Someday I'll have my own place, and I can maybe soundproof things or whatever it is. Well, thanks for the raid, Planet Neutral. 2 raids tonight, one from Creepy Kirk and one from Planet Neutral. Both of them bringing in about 5 viewers each, 5 to 7 viewers each. That was nice. Unfortunately, not much to see on this flight because it's all clouds over the Mediterranean. I hope you see you around again, Planet Neutral. Hope you had a good stream as well. I forgot to say that. I'll talk to Morning Falcon and ask him what you guys did over there. What did you guys do on, or what did Planet Neutral do? What was he streaming? Enzo just had a butter landing. Are you doing? Are you in Flight Sim? Microsoft Flight Simulator, Enzo? And what plane did you do that butter landing? Where? Landing, I think. I did a butter landing, I think. Oh, you did a butter landing, I think. Okay. It's weird because sometimes you think you did a butter landing and then it'll tell you, oh yeah, you landed at 500 feet per minute. And then you'll do another one where it's hard and it'll be like, oh yeah, this is butter. Okay. Okay, we were flying the Orinoco. Oh, flying the Orinoco in the X Club. What is the Orinoco? Orinoco. Is that's a location, I'm guessing, right? Orinoco. Sounds like somewhere in Mexico or something. Okay, a river in South America. One of the longest. 1,400-mile river. Okay, that's cool. So Venezuela and Colombia. That sounds like a cool flight. In the Cub X, yeah, that'd be a nice one. I wish I had more time to fly. I wish I had all the hours in the day I could just devote to flying, because there's so many things. I mean, I mean, I have over 1,000. I know this is probably rookie numbers for a lot of people, but I have 1,000 hours in Microsoft Flight Simulator now. Now flying, I think it's only like 200 or something, but well worth the money spent, I think, because there's so many things you can do, so many places you can fly, so many planes you can fly, even just the stuff that came with the sim, the planes. And you had a big song called Orinoco Low like 30 years ago. And Enzo landed at Seattle SeaTac. Awesome. Which plane did you land? Because I can't butter anything anymore, it seems. Alright, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to do something I do every once in a while, not all the time. Not every stream, but sometimes, especially if it's getting late and I haven't done it yet. it's kind of just a fun thing to do with you guys, have it on. Because I do I pop on Duolingo, do a language lesson for myself. You guys can learn along. Make sure everything's good. Go. Put it over here. Alright, Creep Kirk's hopping over to Hell Let Loose with the boys. Join us. Yep. Yeah, hopefully you guys are still going that late. Get a few rounds in, or get at least one round in. Thanks for the raid, Creepy, and yeah, I'm gonna look at it. I have been looking at it, so I will. I'll have to find my wallet. And then we'll have to figure out the schedule when you're doing a flight. We can do a group flight. Get on with you and Unique and Fearless Gaming and fly that 247. Right. So I've got 9 minutes. I need to do a lesson here, otherwise I'll lose my 491-day streak. What language should we do? We're going to do a Chinese lesson. We're going to do something easy just to knock it out. And then maybe we'll do a different one. But I want to knock out a lesson before. Do some. Just knock out a lesson that way. That way the streak keeps going.
高，你很高兴。你很高兴。很。
张明很高兴。张明很高兴。
我很高兴，你呢？
很高兴，你呢？ I am happy. How about you? Zhang Ming is happy.
张明很高兴。
我很高兴。
I am happy.
李华很高兴，你呢？
Lu Fa is happy. How about you? Use the keyboard. Quicker. Ohen Gao.
Jiao.
Jiao means called, like what's your name? Well, Jiao. Hun is or very, kind of a word you put before an adjective.
很
Ming is name.
明
Part of it. Gao is. Gao could be. Don't think that means all though. That Gao.
高
Part of Gao Xing, right? Happy.
一
You are happy. Nihan Gao Xing. I don't think you could just say Ni Gao Xing. You happy. You probably say Ni Shi Gao Xing, which is you are happy. Like Shi is literally are. But typically you say Hen Gao Xing.
高
San is 3.
三
Zi is
字
Ming Zi is name. Yen.
元
In Chinese yen. The money.
很
Li Hua is happy. How about you? Li Hua. This one. Not Li Hua. And Gao Xing. Ni. Ohen Gao Xing. Ina. There you go. That was easy because that's basic. I mean, that's basic Chinese right there. Let's see, where am I? Wait up. crew location one. So how many of you guys are staying up really late and either have work tomorrow or don't have work tomorrow and you're staying up late? How many of you guys it's just a normal time for you? For me it's late, but it's also like my midday because I work the night shift. Yo.
右后
Okay, so yo is right, ho is behind or back.
后右，请往右边走。请问，请往右边走。往右边。请往右边走。
请往右边。
请往右边走。走。
Oh, please walk towards the right side. Genius, are you a secret agent like I was in the 80s? Okay.
你认识路吗？
Do you know the way?
请问到医院怎么走？请问到医院怎么走？医院怎么走？
So, excuse me. How do you get to the hospital? 边旁这右左到中国饭馆怎么走？到中国饭馆怎么走？到中国饭馆怎么走？怎么走？ How do you get to the Chinese restaurants? This is China, Zhongguo. Zhongguo Fangguan is a Chinese restaurant. How do you get to the
旁
Or how do I get to the Chinese restaurant?
到你的学校怎么走？到你的学校怎么走？
How do I get to your school? So Reissue is school. Nida is your school. So you, and this is your school. How do you get to your school?
我们不认识路。
Or how do I get to your school? We, the woman is we, so wo is I, men is multiples, so woman, right? We, right? Nasser, doing well. Thank you for the, I believe you followed and subscribed on Twitch, right? That was you. Thanks for the follow over there and the sub on YouTube. I will be dropping hopefully some YouTube videos eventually, just YouTube videos, not live streams, but some flights, VFR flights over some of these cities we're going to. Alright, so woman bu Lu, we don't know the way. So this one right here is bu, that's we
Bu.
don't or not. The Renshu is
认
no
识
way.
路。
狗在医生的左边。狗在医生的左边。
The dog.
狗在医生的左边。狗在医生的左边。的左边。
Alright, so the dog is on the left side of the hospital. Or, sorry, not the hospital, the doctor. Isheng, not, that's hospital, Thank you. Yeah, well, the flights, my YouTube videos, hopefully, if I ever actually produce one again. I just recorded today, I recorded a flight around, now I can't even say it, but the place where we flew from to start this stream, in Slovenia. Beautiful little city, the capital of Slovenia. So I did a VFR flight in the Cessna 172. And that one, I'm not talking in it or anything. I'm gonna add in some like little pointers to point out some of the places in the city there, like some of the churches or the castle, like what that's called. Like what's this, or what's this park over here that you see, the stadium. Hopefully I can get that and do that pretty good, and that'd be a nice relaxing, you know, maybe 5-10 minute video, hopefully. Got 50 minutes worth of footage, so a lot of editing to do, but I think it should be a good, fun video.
往里
What?
右左
What? Zwa is left, yo is right.
右笑，儿子在爸爸的前面，儿子在爸爸的前面的前面。
So the son is in front of the father. The son is, that's where he is, like Zai means that's where someone is, or something is, that's where it is. Oliver Smith, welcome in. We still got about an hour on this flight, so you're not too late. Ooh. What did you buy? You bought like you bought the subscription. Thank you. That's support is awesome. That I think I made about $25 now on Twitch. Not a ton of money. Oh, you bought the MD-11. Okay. Yeah, I heard 757 Spy on Twitch. He's a big flight simulator streamer. He just did the flight. He did the across the pond VATSIM event. So he flew from London to wherever they were flying across the pond in the MD-11. Had no problems. So sounds like it's a decent, good plane. I know there were some issues with it when it first dropped. We are right now over Sardinia. That's where we're actually finally seeing some land, some breaks in the clouds. On our nice budget flight here. You can get a ticket for this flight in real life on Ryanair for $20. Fees not included, so you're gonna pay all the fees. Extra legroom fee, baggage fee, food. You want some food? Pay a fee, probably. We're right over Sardinia, so let's take a view. We'll kind of aim the plane down for now, or the camera down so you can see that. Yeah, 757 Spy. I don't get to watch them enough. But yeah, I like his streams, and he always inspires me. Every time I feel a little down, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go over there and watch a relaxing stream. Just fly, just have fun doing it, right? Well, thanks, Nasser. Yeah, I made like $25 on Twitch, which isn't much, right? But like I said, Creepy Kirk's trying to get me to buy the Boeing 247 for Flight Simulator. And that's $20, so I guess I could. I guess I made some money doing this fun thing, so I guess I can put it towards getting a plane where I can fly and do some more fun streams. Right? That's kind of where the money's going to go anyway, until I start making serious cash, right? Can't pay any bills with $20 anyway. Okay, good. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know the MD-11. It's not a plane I'm really looking at because all the flights. I'm kind of looking at planes that are gonna help me with my world tour right now. So I'm looking forward to getting like the Boeing 737, some of the ATRs like an ATR-72 or a 42 would be helpful. Might get the Twin Otter. All right, good luck with that, Nasser. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, there's. Like, X-Plane obviously has far more planes available at this point. I never bought any planes in X-Plane. I just flew the Zebo 737. Oliver Smith needs to alert the news about the new plane for the airline. What are you talking about? Do you have news, or are you just talking about like I have a new plane? Wow. Yeah, I can't. I could spend the whole day flying around in Flight Simulator. I mean, like personally, I could do it, but not with my baby and my wife and my rest of my family. I feel like I gotta do some other stuff, right? But that's why I'm starting to record some of those VFR flights, because I can still fly. Like, I don't like to stream too late. Even now it's a little late and me talking, so I might try to not talk as much. Wait, in real life or for me? The Ryanair plane. It's like I don't like to stream too late here because everyone else is sleeping in the house, but this is when I'm awake because I work the night shift, and so on my nights off, what can I do? I can actually fly all night, but I can't really do too much talking, so I'm like, how can I fly some more, spend more time in the flight simulator, but still make some content? So I'm going to start making some VFR flights where it'll just be music and really cool shots of the flight, and yeah, which I've seen videos of that done, and they look really cool. You don't always need someone just blabbing their mouth off like I am. But on live stream, that's kind of what you do. Oliver Smith, are you sick? Now, Ryanair didn't get a real A3, in real life they did an A320. But yes, here in the sim, we are flying an A320 Ryanair, which doesn't exist in real life, as far as I know. Flying over Sardinia right now. Once we finish flying over Sardinia, we're just going to be over the Mediterranean until we get to Barcelona. So Barcelona looks really good. Airport, not so much, but maybe after the stream. Well, after the stream, I'm going to do some Hell Let Loose with Creepy Kirk and Fearless Gaming and Unique New York. Those guys. But we'll see. Maybe I'll record a VFR flight over Barcelona, and then I'll have that in the can, ready to be edited one of these nights, one of these days. In my downtime where I have a few, maybe an hour here or there, can't really do a stream. Let's see, Nasser, or Oliver needs donations himself. He's going to buy courtside tickets when I have money for an NBA game. Basically, the only way to meet my favorite player. That is a goal. That is a goal. I mean, just getting nosebleed seats are expensive. Courtside is going to be a... Go for it, though. Save that money up. See, Nasser manages special ops in my division, so I kind of do stuff like that almost every day. Okay. Do what? What do you do almost every day, Nasser? What, fly around all day? Sorry, I'm unwrapping one of my cousin's cookies. She has her own little shop now, or her own little... I don't know if she has... Yeah, she doesn't have a physical location, but... He knows the secret of making the soft chocolate chip cookie. I've gotten it a few times. I've made it. Well, it's definitely hard. Yep, it's definitely a difficult thing to meet beat players all the time. Oh, so you're like flying in the F-22 in real life, kind of something. You're actually in the real Air Force doing stuff like that. That's cool. That is cool. Oh, you sim all this. Alright, I'm going to finish this lesson and then I'm going to jump into the FMS and put in a fixed point for our descent. About 40 minutes out, saying. We cleared Sardinia. Got a few more, a little bit further to go. Hopefully the weather will clear up and we'll be able to see the coast coming. We'll be able to kind of see the Balearic Islands, you know, Palma de Mallorca, you know, that kind of place. Off in the distance, on our left, coming.
你们的学校在前面。
So ni is you, da is your, well, possessive, but ni men, so you put the men, that is actually plural you, right? So, like in English we say you or you, right? Or y'all. It's kind of like y'all, right? You all. That's what Nieman is. It's the plural you. And then da is plural, has the possessive. So your school, Reissue, is front or up ahead. Okay. Yeah.
你认识到医院的路吗？
Yeah, sometimes it happens. You're really not into it, but then someone else is really excited, and then you get more excited about it. Were they visiting from Chile, or they live here but they're from Chile originally, or just online you met them? That's cool. I mean, that's really cool. I mean, it's always cool to, you know, that kind of the multiculturalism and being able to meet people from different places. I'm terrible at meeting people from different places, but at the same time, it's like I appreciate it so much more now after living in China, and you kind of look at the world and go, okay, now everyone does everything the same. Obviously, I think there's a limit. There's a limit to people not doing everything the same. It's like, okay, yeah, there's a different culture in China, but they also, I can also complain about the driving and the traffic over there because people are doing stuff that, not really a cultural thing. It's more, you're just being a jerk in the way you're driving or whatever it is. Depends on how I'm feeling. From Chile, but moved to Palmdale. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm getting excited. I'm starting to get more and more excited. Like as I was setting up all the flights, future flights on this world tour, and I was doing the Caribbean and South America and everything. It was kind of like when I set up all the flights for Europe, and I was still flying in Africa, and I'm getting more and more hyped to go. Okay, I want to get out of Europe. I want to go somewhere else. I want to go to the South Americas. I want to go, you know, to the Caribbean. Do that now. And we're getting really close. Now, granted, the way I've set up my flights, it's going to be still quite a few flights because I screwed up the way I set my flights up. But let's see. Yeah, it's still going to be quite a while. Probably another month and a half bouncing around Europe, but it'll be nice to kind of see Europe as it enters more into spring weather. Soon enough. Like right now, it's like if I do 4 flights every week, which I might not do, I might end up doing other flights. But if I do that, by the end of May, we'll be up in Iceland and heading over to Canada. About that time. Hey, Sudiot Sahoy. I'm not sure if I said that right, but hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. We are flying over the Mediterranean right now. I'm doing a Chinese lesson. We're flying over the Mediterranean. We're in Ryanair. In the Airbus A320. Fictional, because Ryanair doesn't have the Airbus A320, obviously. They all fly Boeings, 737s. We're over the Mediterranean. We're en route to Barcelona from Podgorica, Montenegro. Leg 131 of the World Tour. And flying into Barcelona, what I should have done is my next flight, I should be flying to Andorra. That's what I should have done. But I didn't schedule it that way, so we're actually we're gonna fly out of Spain, we're gonna go all the way back across the Mediterranean to Albania, do some of that. Then we're gonna fly back, we're gonna hit Spain again, fly up to Andorra. So I didn't really plan my flights very well, but the point is to fly, really. I try to sign it out. Some of them are a little bit harder than others. Well, that's sometimes the thing too, Oliver, is that sometimes you... Is there a stream 2 weeks ago that's World Tour 130? Shouldn't be. What? I might have missed the game kit. You can, Sudyet, you can do it in less time if you wanted. You could, you could quick travel. Like up here, you can quick travel. You could travel to... This doesn't work super great, though. I think there are a few apps out there, or little programs that you can run to speed up the rate. So like right now, I could speed it up. I don't have it. I don't have the app right now. But you could speed it up to go 2 times normal time, or 4 times, 8 times, whatever. It gets a little wonky though, because your plane just starts bouncing all over the place. The info coming in isn't, catching up with it as well. But you could do that. But that's kind of the big thing with these flight simulators, is that it's a one-to-one thing. I mean, that's the big thing with this. I mean, they made a big fuss out of it with Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's like, oh, it's a one-to-one world. It's like all flights. Well, as far as I know, Prepared 3D, X-Plane, I think Flight Simulator X, Flight Simulator 10, the whole world was one-to-one. Scale is one-to-one. A lot of video games like truck, American Truck Simulator is 1-to-20 scale. Euro Truck Simulator is 120 scale. Any game that's built in the in the real world, based on the world, is usually set at scale though. But flight simulators are usually full scale. Why? Well, because that's the point. It's a simulator, in a sense. I mean, it's kind of a game. I put the sock on because I wanted, because I was getting really annoyed with this the pop filter, and my shock absorber here, like the rubber bands had worn out, and I didn't realize I had some replacement ones, and so then I put the sock on because I kind of wanted to have that like the little protector thing. You see like the little black, usually it's like that black cushion thing that they put over microphones a lot of times. Not always. But I wanted something to protect it because I don't want spit getting into this microphone, because it's a $100 microphone, which is not that much for... It's actually, for $100, this is, quality wise, or it's very similar with like a microphone you buy for $1,000. But it's more, obviously it's got more budget components, so it's not as good, but it's very... I watched a guy who does voice work, and who compared like this profession, like one that you can get for like $10,000 and this one, and they're not too many dissimilarities. Obviously there is a difference because the quality of material used in that one is a little bit higher than this, but yeah, I got rid of the sock. Do you know how YouTube works with the money? Because the friend from Chile played some guitar and was very nice, and I would like to learn and upload to YouTube, but how does money work? Well, with YouTube, first of all, just upload your stuff to YouTube. Just start doing that. And then obviously you're going to want to work on production quality, or whatever it is, what you're trying to do. Now, obviously you're playing guitar, there's certain things you can do, With money, you need to get to 1,000 subscribers. You need 4,000 watch hours within a 12-month period. It's a rolling 12-month period. So within the last 12 months, you need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers on your channel. Once you get to that, they'll invite you to the monetize. And as long as you're not playing, and then obviously there are copyright things. So if you're playing, I think if you're playing music on your guitar, and if you're doing a cover, that's okay. You're not going to get hit with a copyright or anything, I don't think. Now, if you're playing just music, like an MP3 or music or a movie or whatever, you'll get hit with a copyright claim and possibly even get a strike and different things that could shut your channel down. If you get a copyright claim, you just don't get the money from that video. If you made money on the video, whoever owns the copyright gets the money. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't think you need to do a lot more than that. I mean, I have no idea. I haven't gotten to the process, but there's a lot of little things, But if you're doing your own creative things, you shouldn't have too many issues with monetization, because as long as you're not doing offensive things that they can deem offensive, which is ridiculous. YouTube, the way YouTube monetizes and demonetizes people is ridiculous. With the, this is offensive and hateful content. Right over there, someone else is doing the same thing, but is on the right side of whatever issue it is, and so they're like, oh, they can do that. They can say horrible things and do that. But that's my political soapbox. I'm gonna get off of it. All right, let's get in. Let me get in the computer here, and I don't need to get in there yet. I'm gonna pop open for you and for me. Pop open Navigraphs. There it is. We got this little interesting kind of approach. But this was, I think, we probably could cut off a few waypoints here if we need to. We're already at the right altitude. They have that in there, obviously, for separation purposes between other planes. What I want to find is what altitude we start looking at when we get to by a certain point. Alright, Verso, we need to be between 25,000 and 15,000 feet. Oster, we need to be above 20,000. Oh no, we need to be below 20,000 at Oster. I need to be above 10,000 at here, Bravo Luma 012 or whatever. I want to find one where it's like, okay, you need to be at the specific altitude. Wait a second. Oh, okay, we're going on this. Okay, 2,000 feet once we get to Stannis. I'm gonna look at my flight plan instead. Vivim, it has me 5,800. Oster, just under 20,000. So we'll do Vivim. We want to be at 5,800 feet at Vivim. Which is our transition point. And Vivim says we need to be above. Wait. Oh no, wait. It says we need to be above 7,000 feet there, though. I don't know. We'll do that. Do Vivim 7,000 feet. So, go into our little flight pad, EFB. Target altitude 7,000 feet. We need to do 100 miles before our target. So, it's a flight computer. click on the last waypoint we just passed, or whatever the waypoint is up here. This is what we're going to, is lit up with light. In here, go fix info, and we want to put in Vibin. Victor, India, Bravo, India, Mike. And we're going to make a radius of 100 miles. You can see it put this little blue dotted line. That's exactly 100 miles out in a straight line from Vivim. Obviously, we have a little bit of an angle in here, but I think if we start descending right there, we should be good. We can always adjust our rate for descending too quick or not quick enough. Since we're not relying on the ATC, in-game ATC, to give us a clue when to do it. Oh, I see. If I was playing online, you could come and intercept me. But yeah, you can't do it on VATSIM. Definitely can't do it on VATSIM. And I usually don't fly online for just that reason, because people fly crazy. Not saying that that's, I mean, a little intercept is not crazy always. It does happen. But you get people buzzing, you know, and then the models are sometimes wrong, so you'll have like an A320 just flying at crazy speeds and low level that's probably actually a F-22 or something, or whatever it is. Let's see. No, I think you would still have an issue if you named yourself Martin Wenzel, screen recorded my streams and uploaded streams and all that stuff. I think you would still have an issue. Not 100% sure, but I think you could run into things. I'm not exact. I think I've always wondered like what happens if I would like create a second channel and I would like have clips from my other channel. If it would automatically, I think what happens is that the original will get a notification. I have no idea how that would work. I hope you wouldn't do that. Or I hope you wouldn't somehow get more subscribers than I have doing that. It'd be kind of frustrating. Yeah, I saw the Will Smith slap. I think, yeah, my baby saw it because I was watching the It's a Gundam video talking about it. Mr. Paul. I don't think I looked.
In 2014.
Alright, let me finish. We've got the fix in there. Nope, actually, let's focus. Focus on flying the plane first. Going in here, we're going to get our metadata first. Then I'll finish that Chinese lesson. We're going to do it. So Lima Yankee Papa Golf is Podgorica, where we departed. Lima Echo Bravo Lima is Barcelona, and Lima Foxtrot Bravo Oscar. Now see how this works is I think like all your E's are going to be Española, right? Spain, Española, and then F is France, so all your French airports are Lima Foxtrot usually. I'm not sure if Yankee is just for, maybe Yankee's kind of a wild card, or if it's for Montenegro itself. But we do have, our alternate is a French airport, and it looks like it's Toulouse, yeah, Toulouse-Balagnac Airport. Filet? I don't know how you say that. Oh, there it is. Just north of Antwerp. So I know I could have done a better job flight planning, but I almost don't want to. I kind of want to change my flight plan and fix it. Another part of me is like, I don't want to have to redo all that and figure it out. I'm just gonna go with what it is. It's fun to fly. Get our metadata, print it out. Magic ink. Alright, QNH for Barcelona is 1018. Temperature 4. Pretty cold everywhere. Still. Wind 343.7 knots. Transition altitude. Transition 6,000 feet. So that's our. Where we're gonna go from standard pressure to QNH 1018. And then our minimum on the ILS approach is 330 feet. That's really weird. So our barrow is altitude, so 330 feet in altitude, which is only 323 feet above the runway. So it's kind of weird. Typically your minimum is 200 feet above the runway. I don't know why that kind of weird. What's that about? And we're actually going to be landing at a cross runway, a runway that crosses two other runways. And it's the shortest of the three runways at the airport. Not by much, though. Alright, so we crossed our little line there. I'm just going to check Verso. We probably want to be... Verso, my flight plan is saying about 37,000 feet per second. Are descending. Turn the seatbelt signs on.
The flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt.
Alright, thanks for coming in, Morning Falcon, with that raid. Hope to see you around in the future. Glad to have you here. And you can always catch this landing on the video on demand or on my YouTube channel if you want some closure. But thanks for coming along. Glad to have you. I'll be streaming tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central American, U.S. Central Daylight Time, whatever we call it. So hope to see you there. Maybe we'll be flying. Maybe I'll be flying the Boeing 247 by that point. And flying on the beam. Have a good night. Good luck at work if that's what you're doing tomorrow. Alright, so clearly blew past that 37,000 before Verso, so. 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time, U.S. Central Time. 7:30 p.m. or around there, thereabouts. Then I go about to around now. All right, Enzo, he's got to go to bed too. Everyone's got to go to bed. I know it's late. Because the stream started half an hour late, so we're half an hour later than we should have been, but I was stupid and tried to get the experimental version of the A32NX, and obviously you should never try to do things on the stream that you haven't tested before. Don't try something new and then load in and go, oh yeah, nothing works. Then you have to exit out, start the whole sim over again. That takes forever. Okay. Closer to about 20,000 feet. Actually gonna go with vertical speed. We can check on here. So I don't have the ATC talking, but like right here you can see, please expedite your descent to 4,000. So they already want us descending a lot. What did they tell us? Ryanair, traffic's 3 o'clock. Okay. They didn't really tell us. They just told us to descend to 4,000. They didn't really tell us. That's alright. What? Wait, now they want us to climb? Oh, descend to 4,000. Climb 39. That's why I have it off, because otherwise they'd be talking way too loud. And I think we're going to descend at 2,000 feet per minute for now. I forget what the equation is to figure out your descent rate. Gotta figure out by minutes too. Okay, so we're 7 minutes away from Oster. We're descending 2,000 a minute. That we need to lose 14,000 feet. So we'll be about 18,000 once we get to Oster, which is kind of where we want to be. Keep everything kind of in line with what I got on SimBrief. Should be at Vibim about 5,800 feet. And that should be just fine because technically I think the minimum there is 7,000. Yeah, so if we're coming in on Verso 1 November star. Once we get to Vibim, we need to be at flight level, below flight level 100, which is 10,000 feet, and above them 7,000. Good, and then basically ATC, in real life ATC could cut us off and like clear us to a different waypoint on that approach, so we don't have to go all the way out, and we might do that ourselves if we're at the right altitude and speed and we don't see a ton of other traffic. Hopefully we'll clear some of these clouds and be able to see Palma de Mallorca, those little islands down there, Balearic Sea Islands or whatever. Not a Spanish island expert. I know they're not the Canaries. Hey, Decajon, Soomklin, welcome to the stream. Just in time for our approach into Barcelona, Spain. A little bit longer flight, at least for me. I usually do my flights about an hour and a half, and this one's probably gonna be 2 hours. We're on Ryanair. See our little tab here, Ryanair. Actually, that's behind my head. Never mind. There, now you can see it, Ryanair. We're in the Airbus A320. Obviously, Ryanair flies the Boeing 737-800. I don't have that plane. I'll fly in the Airbus A320. We are descending to... Well, we're descending into Barcelona, and hopefully the clouds will clear up and we'll be able to see the coast and see some of the islands to our left here. Alright, so there's Oster. We need to be below 20,000, right? Yep, below 20,000. There's our constraint. We are... It's out. 3 minutes out. We're losing 2,000 feet per minute. So we should be just below 20,000 by the time we get there. Gonna kind of speed our descent, because if we can get down a little quicker, that means we have a little bit more control over our speed too. Because once we get past Oster, we're gonna have 28.2 nautical miles to go to Bravo Lima 012, where we need to be above 10,000 feet, but we also need to be at max speed 250 knots. So the plane is going to lose speed, and while it's doing that, we can't descend as fast. I'm going to manage to descend. I'm going to go managed here. Clear down to 10,000. Alright, we can see a coast on our right. And that's the coast. That's actually Barcelona right over there. We're actually looking right at Barcelona, that side. To our left, should maybe be able to see some islands. Back in the cockpit. Islands over there. Too far away. That is Barcelona. Off to our right, we're going to be making a sharp turn soon. There's Oster. We are below 20,000 feet. Looking good. Once we pass this, the plane's going to start slowing down automatically to 250 knots. Going here to the radio. Check our ILS frequency, 108.75. 108.75. It should eventually come up as Bravo Lima Tango, and this will come in as 18 degrees. I already have the VOR in. Start slowing down, 250. You see the crests of the waves down there. Now if I had more speed on my drone camera, I could go down there and see the actual waves kind of bouncing around. It's really cool. I mean, the water in Microsoft Flight Simulator looks awesome. We got another plane coming in on the approach behind us. I'm assuming he's on the same approach route. Hopefully he doesn't overtake us. That's the only bad thing about the AI, is that it doesn't... spacing and everything doesn't work perfectly, the Alpha India group traffic. They will go around if you're on the runway or there's another plane on the runway. They will get asked to go around. Will get asked to go around if they're taking forever to get off the runway as well. Of course, we're not going to hear that call out because I've turned off the ATC voices as they get a little annoying. And I just wanted to try something different today. Might turn them on next time. Back into it. It's kind of a weird routing. But it just might be because maybe we can't make that sharp turn, I guess. That's actually more realistic. I don't know. I mean, I suppose if you're making the turn and you're kind of looping like this, there's no point in trying to get back to this one and then make another weird turn. You're just constantly fighting it. I know that's something they've added. They're continually working on in the FMS. I'm not sure if the development version of the FMS is like a complete new thing now that FlyByWire has made. But they are working on it. A lot of this stuff is going to be completely built from the ground up. It started in the Airbus A320 that Zobo made, and a lot of the stuff in here is, especially the nuts and bolts, the stuff behind the scenes is more and more its own animal now. Alright, so you can see our auto thrust is at idle. Seatbelt signs are on. Landing elevation is auto. We don't need to set that. In the CRJ, the Boeing, I believe you have to set the landing elevation for that pressure difference and all that. Then the climb notch. Speed brakes, ground spoilers, and flaps still retracted. Okay, plane is slowing down to 250 knots. We're going to level out at 10,000. We do need to be below 10,000 and above 7,000 at bib. We're just going to go. We're going to go to 7,000.
Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in a full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
You can see the VOR and the LS, the ILS, is basically the same concept. We could fly it like this if I wanted to fly by hand. I would just keep flying until this starts moving over and then get in. Now, obviously, the ILS also controls your altitude. Now, VOR is just going to be kind of get you aimed with that runway. Yeah, Sean, I know, I didn't realize this flight was going to be so long, and again, we started kind of late this evening because I stupidly wanted to try to use the experimental version of the A32NX. Oh, okay, that's why we're not descending, because we have that limitation. We have to be above 10,000. Now, we have to be above 7,000, but below 10,000. That's why it wasn't descending anymore. Landing lights on. Yeah, I wanted to use the experimental version, test that out, and obviously I should have tested it out before the stream, because when I loaded in, the EFB wouldn't turn on. It had like you know how your phone has the, your batteries drained little image, and then when I turned the aircraft power on, like the battery and the external power on, then it had a little lightning thing, like it was charging the fly pad. I'm like, what? I have to charge this up? What is this? I don't have time for this. Is this gonna work? I don't know. So it was kind of, that blew a half an hour. Wanted to start at 7:30. I don't think we got started until 8. I prefer to not be streaming so late. At least right now, because of, you know, everyone else trying to sleep in the house. Someday I'll have my own, be able to do it better space. So we need to be about 4,000 feet. The approach. We're going to capture the glide slope at 2,000 though at Sanus, so we need to get down another 2,000 feet, or we get down 2,000 feet before we cut off any waypoints. Hey Neo. Yeah, I usually have to regularly delete and install a fresh version of the experimental version every now and then, just to make sure there's no junk files coming from the update. Maybe. Well, I didn't. What I did was, I just updated, I just switched from development to experimental, so maybe that was the issue. Yeah, sometimes I have issues with it. Yeah. Honestly, I should just stick with the developmental, unless I test out, obviously, the experimental beforehand. If I'm going to do a stream, stick with what you know, stick with what works. Or at least what's been working. Alright, so there's where we're going to capture the glide slope. So we could cut off, if we get to the right altitude and speed, we could cut off, you know, in real life ATC could say, hey, you know, direct to Bravo Lima 620. I have done that before. We might do that, we'll see. Last time I did it, I ended up right in the butt of another plane because I messed up the spacing. Yeah, I know a lot of people do. It was kind of weird. I was watching it, like my buddy Creepy Kirk. He was using the experimental one day, and then the next day was where he was using the development. Or different streamers I watch. You know, one day they'll be using experimental, and they'll be showing me something. The next day they're using development. I'm like, okay. Development is just more stable. It's actually probably out of the 3 versions the most stable. Yeah, so that's probably what it was, is that I should have deleted or changed. What I do is I install, I have like a stable version, a development version, now I have an experimental version. I'm going to just delete the experimental version folder. And then I'll just rename them. I'll just take off, I'll add a little, like, oh, this is development. I'll take that off when I want it to just be the actual one I'm using. But yeah, when I do that, I should just switch the name, and then it'll be like, oh, I have to freshly install this. 787 EXP is better for me. I don't know what the... There's 730 or 787. Like, you mean the... from heavy duty or whatever, or heavy division? Okay, we need to start slowing down. We're at 200 knots. Okay. I have not tried the Concorde yet. I believe it's payware. I'm not gonna. Now, I'm not against buying planes, and I'm sure the Concorde pretty much could possibly is worth it. Might not be worth it for me, just because I don't see when I'd be doing it. Even though the Concorde's so fast, it's got that high speed that to do a longer, we could do some pretty cool long flights in it, like flights that are worth flying in it. And they also are fast flights. Because again, I typically want to do my flights like an hour to 2 hours at the most. At least right now. And you know, that's why I usually don't fly this. I haven't flown a ton of 747 flights, because for me, it's like, if I'm going to fly the 747, I want to fly it for a little bit of a long haul, right? It's the same with like the Concorde, but the Concorde you can do a long haul, and the long haul only takes you 2 hours. It is, though. But it really, I haven't really looked into it because it's not a plane that it's an interesting plane. I'm interested in it. The Concorde, it'd be a really cool plane to probably fly, but I'm not, like for my world tour, it's not a plane that's flown anymore, so I'm kind of focusing on getting planes that will cover real life flights, even though I am really seriously considering getting the Boeing 247. Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's a plane that required 3 people to fly in real life, and now we're going to expect people to fly it with 1 person. It's already hard enough to fly these planes that are almost all automated and only require 2 pilots. It's not a knock on it anyway. It's just, for me, it's like, am I going to have time to fly it and learn it and stuff? You know, I kind of have to pick my battles. Well, only so much time as I get older. Maybe when I'm old and retired and I have all day, I don't have to work anymore. You know, in 2050 or 2060, when I'm playing Flight Simulator, you know, whatever they start calling it. Flight Simulator 50. Is it good? Is a good playing the MD-11 for you? Awesome. Good to hear. Alright, we're going to start descending to 2,000 feet. Pull back on our speed a little bit. Go flaps 1. Right? Yeah, wouldn't it be cool to have like a modern Concorde? I'm sure at some point why wouldn't they? I don't know. I mean, again, it's like why didn't the Concorde work out? It just wasn't. You'd think though that there would be a market for it. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna use a Concorde, you know, a supersonic plane to fly these the sub 6 hour flights that we have, most of those flights, right? But what about these, like, you know, wouldn't it be great to have that flight, like the Concorde, fly from, you know, Saudi Arabia to Australia, Chicago to China, right? These 12, 13, 14, 15, 20 hour flight things, right? Those are the ones where that would have shined. But I guess it's economics too, the money. See the diamonds? We're on this diamond. Diamond's going to come down as we get closer. Capture point right there. Tanis, 2,000 feet.
2,500.
Yeah, we're basically 500 feet above. Altitude's... Never mind, I was going to say something. I'm not even going to try to say it. Alright. Make sure we have everything good here. Arm the spoilers. Medium auto brake should do us fine. Thank you, Oliver Smith. Yeah, operating cost is the main issue. Just economically not viable with the ticket price. Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, as I was saying, Nasser, the MD-11, I wasn't sure when you asked me because I have no experience. I'm not even in the X-Plane sphere anymore. I've really kind of moved over to Flight Simulator. So. And I don't follow everyone when it comes with all these different planes. Once stuff starts coming out that I'm interested in, I'm gonna have to look at it. Amazing in the airplane too. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. All right, performance. Our approach speed is 128. Actually, we can hit the approach button since we're in line. You can see Cat 3 single, localizer. We're on the localizer. So both autopilots. We're gonna start. Approach speed is 128 knots. Okay, flaps 2, we'll go flaps 3 as well. And time is going to start coming down right around here. We can actually go full flaps right now as well. I'm not sure how to do that. I used to know how. Okay, it does this. Or do I go like different? How do I switch between cameras on here? Yeah, I know there is a way. Yeah, you can do like. Yeah, there you go. The problem is that there's no, I can't make a shortcut for this camera. And then it does this. Why are you doing that? Now how do I get back in the plane? Oh wait, never mind, I see what's going on. I go like this, there you go. Yeah, I wish, yeah, there's lots of different ways you can do it. That is a better way. This is obviously the better way to do it. But then you have to kind of scroll through all the different. What the heck? Why does it do that? Oh no. Why did it turn all my power off? Oh my goodness. I was hitting the wrong button. It was actually turning everything off. Oh my goodness. That is not good at all. Oh my god. That's what that clicking noise was. I'm in the you know, it's like, well, I'm in the drone camera, but I guess when you're in the drone camera, but you're in the plane, you can actually still control the cockpit with shortcuts. I was hitting the wrong thing. Okay, hopefully everything isn't broken. I was turning all the power off or something. I don't know what. Okay, I thought we captured. Oh, I think right here is where we captured. We actually captured glide slope here. I'm going to have to mess with that drone camera thing. I used to do that all the time, but I found setting... Yeah, I get it. I don't want to have that panning, obviously. You better just do this. Now, how do I change camera? I forget now. There we go. How do I get a... I'm sure there's a way to... I wish there was a way to pick, like you just automatically pick which one you want to see. Or a better shortcut than just... I think it's what, like Alt. There's not enough numbers or something. I don't know, I gotta figure that out. I'm still working on all the cameras. Yeah, I'm saying, like here, now I'm on drone cam. But the issue is, like, how do I pick which camera? Like, I just want to go to a specific camera of the drone camera, fix drone cameras, or whatever. You know what I mean? I have to play with that. It's been a while, and I kind of got used to doing it that other way. Which, yeah, but having that fixed cam is way better. Just boom, there you are. Looks really good. But then switching between these different cameras, I'm not going to try it right now because I forgot the keys. I'm going to have to write it down and figure it all out. Thanks for reminding me about that. It's been a while since I... Actually, a good way, better way to do it. For some reason, we were actually turning the power off or something on the whole plane. Screens kept turning off. Oh, I'll figure that out, Neo. Play with that again and see how that works, because it's been a while since I did that. Alright, here's Barcelona. We got 2 runways and we're going to be crossing. Or actually, well, this one doesn't, I don't think cross a little bit out. Looks like we got a plane in there. Photogrammetry is terrible. Not coming in very good yet. A little
1,000.
bit. Trying to see if I can see. Kind of see the what is that? Basilica. whatever the Basilica is, the People's Basilica, whatever that's called. Trying to see stuff coming in, but photogrammetry doesn't always come in so great because you're so far away. I'm also zooming in, so we don't really need it to load in. Oh, thanks, Neil. Yeah, if you could go join my Discord, and it'd be awesome if you could share that, or once you write that lengthy, once you write your lengthy tutorial, like share a link to it or whatever in my Discord, or even just share it as part of the tutorial. That'd be awesome. Because I'm always trying to figure out like how do I do the. Because if you have the right sequence of key hits, you can get some really cool stuff.
100 above, 400.
All right, we have a landing gear down. Okay, we're gonna pull off auto throttle.
Minimum.
Autopilot. Okay, I guess I'm too late in the sequence. Knock off auto throttle.
200.
Little shallow. $100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Oh, 2 bad landings today. I can't believe I bounced 2 landings today. That is terrible. Oh man. Got to turn on the auto brake. Oh, I had my reverse on. There we go. Whoa. Yeah, okay. He's just gonna cruise along around.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Yeah, I feel like I bounced that.
The local time is 5:21
Oh, well.
p.m. and it's currently about 4 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile device.
Okay, why are all the Alpha Indy Group traffic planes just cruising along the ground right now? That's full. That makes me a little sad. Right. Probably should have turned. We could go to Terminal 2. Let's see what ATC will tell us to go. There's ground goods also. Taxi gates. Okay, taxi gate 58 via taxiway Sierra Bravo. Sierra and Bravo. I'm going to get over here and then I'm going to stop and flip off our lights. Try to figure out where we're going. Landing lights off. Nose taxi. Master switch vape on. ATC off. Car off. DCAS off. Altitude reporting off. Brake to wind shear. Pull that off. Flaps. Yeah, I did it again. Turning off the Okay, so it's right alt to switch. Oops. No, I didn't want to do that. Alright. Turn on the APU, get that started. If I can find where. I doubt that gate 58 actually. Possible. Parking stand. 58. There's no. So. I have FS True. I haven't gotten used to those. Like that's the thing. It's like trying to get used to all of those different things. Yeah, maybe I have to try to use those. So do you stream on YouTube, Neo? I'll have to check out your stream. Learn how to use some of this stuff. Yeah, for sure it would, because you do have your every time when I used it, it actually ended up feeling like I had more work to do because I had to try to figure out how to get the FS2 crew to work properly and do what it's supposed to be doing. So I felt like I was actually doing more work. Over here is Terminal 2. We're going to head for Terminal 1. There's a little bit more traffic over there. We really should have... I think we were past... We were all the way at the end, so... Either way, we would have... I think we took the right exit. I always wonder about these airports, like, who decides these random taxiway names? Okay, that one said, that actually says Tango, okay. Right. Okay, the taxiways are correct. The last one I thought said Papa, and I'm like, I'm on Tango. Why did it say Papa? It should be Delta 5. Okay. I hope that EasyJet actually takes off, or lands, or whatever it's doing. Breaks the immersion when they come in, and then they never stop. Let's go cruising off into the forest. Looks like it's off to the forest, unfortunately. That was overturned. Well, this airport's not bad for not being really handcrafted, and unfortunately I can't find any freeware upgrades to it. But the taxiways are decent, and the airport looks okay. Better than most. Do we not have little things to go through the gates? Hello, Captain Tax. Yeah, Ryanair introduced an A320. Yep. Well, someday we'll get the Boeing 737 in Flight Simulator. We'll be able to fly the right ones. Guys are coming in just in time for us to get to the gate. Aeroflot and Iberia are having a fight on the taxiway over there. Alright. Taxi lights off. APU bleed on. Strobe light auto. Parking brake on. And engine 1 and 2 shut down. Alright, pushback helper. Jetway, luggage, power, catering. Let's get all those guys out. We'll continue on down the list. Parking brake. Anti-ice. You can actually turn on the external power. We have it available. Turn off the APU. Engine 1 and 2 off. Beacon light off. Nose lights off. Seatbelt signs off. Let those passengers get off. Plane. And turn off the fuel pumps. Gears. Crew oxygen. External lights. And we're gonna take a quick look at Volanta and do a review of the flight. Fifth person to arrive in Barcelona today. So nice takeoff out of Podgorica, Montenegro. Flew over Bari, continued up to flight level 390. Unfortunately, we're not able to see Naples because of cloud coverage. Got to see a little bit of Sardinia, and weren't able to see these islands, but got to see the coast in Barcelona, and nice landing. Well, not nice landing. Landing rate was decent, but I think we bounced twice today. 2 bounces today at both my flights. So, luckily, that's not reflected in the landing rate. 2 hours, 33-minute flight time. I was not expecting the flight to be that long. It's pretty late. Let's keep the show rolling. I'm gonna pull up the World Tour map. If you are new here, we're doing a World Tour, flying into every country and territory in the world. We'll go off here. Flying into every country and territory in the world via real commercial flights. Now, I don't need to reveal any new countries on this flight because we've already been to Spain so far on the World Tour, but just give you a look at everywhere we've been. Coming up for you. There it is. We've covered most of Africa, or all of Africa, and most of Europe. There's a few places to go. Tomorrow, unless I switch up the plans, we're going to be flying from Barcelona over to Albania, right here. And then from Albania, we're going to be flying short flight up to Bosnia and Herzegovina. So I hope you guys will join us for that flight. Join me for that flight. Who's us? I don't know who us is. Just me. The royal. Let's see. Passengers are boarding. Anything else we can look at before we go? Bring up PACX. Where's PACX? We're gonna end this flight. PACX, very slightly ahead of schedule. Wish I ate before we boarded. Definitely be recommending it work. Nothing better than a few with flight trip. So satisfaction 89% for our 153 passengers on flight Ryanair 4910 Podgorica to Barcelona. Right, close that out. Got planes flying all over the place. Let's bring up my chat. What's on here? Hey, Neo King Arthur, welcome in. Oh, you're Neo. I thought my country. Creepy Kirk needs me. Yep, country needs you. Hell, at loose is rough tonight. Okay, well I'll be over there pretty soon. All right, Nasir, see you. Preparing your flight. Okay, well, looking forward. Well, if you stream, Nasir, throw in a link if you're doing any streaming. If not, good luck on your flight. Neo King Arthur, I'm assuming is Neo. Yep, streams. He's over there on my Discord. Awesome. Subscribe to your channel. It's nice, so feel free to check out my channel too. I also make mods on flightsim.to. Cool. A subtle taxi ribbon mod. I'm going to have to check that subtle taxi ribbon. I don't really want to have a taxi ribbon, but sometimes it might be useful, and see how that subtle one is. Alright, well, thanks for coming along on the flight. I'm going to get my next scene ready. Get some music going too. What am I doing? Alright, and I'm gonna I think there's too many people on here to go raid anyway, but we're gonna go raid someone on Twitch. Who's up? Let's go raid. Actually, let's go raid Fearless Gaming US. He's playing Hell Let Loose. That's where I'm gonna be going. I'm gonna be joining him over there. And Creepy Kirk and the rest of the guys. Go over there with that. Alright, I'll be streaming tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time on YouTube and Twitch. Hope to see you guys all there. And until next time, happy flying and keep the blue side up.